What is up, guys? CloakingArbiter figurine toy reviews here, and today I have a special treat for you. Now, those of you may have already seen it just on a whim. I posted it. It was the unfinished kind of update of a collection I've been working on for the past 2 years. This has been a 2-year endeavor, and kind of the biggest reason why I haven't been on YouTube. But allow me to show you guys the American Monsterverse finally in physical form on my shelf. Oh, that's Destroy All Monsters. And I have everything arranged going in from comic to movie. Every major titan has made an appearance in the comics or films is on my shelf. And like I said before in my previous video, I'm quite well aware that the Siren Jaw there has flippers when it should have like crocodilian-like legs. There you go, H.E.A.V. Bunch of Kong Skull Island and Skull Island Birth of Kong, all those Skull Island related characters I have there. They are not in scale. This is the only shelf that is not an S.H MonsterArts scale. The rest of them, including that H.E.A.V, is, however. Moving on, we have... Oh, a sign has fallen. This is what happens. There we go. No harm done. But here we have the 2014 Godzilla, along with Aftershock. So you have the Muto male, Muto female, the Muto prime, and I did print up a Muto cocoon and added that. Oh, I'm dropping stuff. To the shelf. I thought that was a great addition. Ooh, sorry. Moving on. Oh, just so as a quick little side note I forgot to mention, as you can see there, got the Muto female's head in his grasp. So, and again, we're going in by comic and film, so it's the timeline order. Moving on down, we have the King of the Monsters. Now, as I said before, I have every monster on my shelf from the films and comics, with one exception as well. This one from the novels and the behind-the-scenes photo. Margagiris? I forget its name exactly. Mungagiris? Mungaris? I don't know, it starts with an M. But it was talked about in the novels, and was one behind-the-scenes photo, I guess, was released, or concept art was released for it. But in the book, it was just a head, charred body they found. It's the only monster I have from the novels on my shelf. I'm not collecting any of the novel monsters, because anything out by them is, well, concept art, and concept is well-meaning subject to change if they choose to do anything else with these monsters and bring them from books to form. So, yeah, he's the, or should I say she, is the only Titan slash kaiju that I have from the novels that breaks the exception of comic and film monsters, because everything up here is only comic and film up here with the exception of that monster. Now, the Mothra larvae also is not in scale with S.H MonsterArts, but the rest of them and the H.E.A.V is. But, yeah, I believe that's Spirits Arts that does the, that Mothra larvae there. And as you can see, I have both Neca Mothras. I custom made the gravity beams for Ghidorah using the clear bendy wires you get with packaging and hot glue along with yellow paint. And I just coated it with yellow paint, then went back over with the hot glue gun to really smooth out the detail and kind of melt the paint in there to give the coloring, but keep the translucency of it, and that worked out beautifully. So yeah, I watched a bunch of videos on that, and I just kind of took my own spin for it, and it worked out beautifully. So yeah. But you see here we have the Muto Queen, Behemoth, Methuselah, Rodan, ever so being a coward and bowing down to Ghidorah. There's the lanyard, if I have that correct. Rodan, I like that setup I've had, so I decided to keep it with it. Going after the Argo. Now, as I said, movie to comics, so I have little labels printed out. And because also here's Scylla, for those of you who already know. Scylla and Behemoth, as some of you may already know, is in the Dominion comic. So that's why they border up against Dominion. So as we go in from King of the Monsters, any monster that is in the next previous comic borders that collection. And the only two that were in the previous film that made to that comic other than Godzilla was Behemoth and Scylla. Of course, we have Kevin's head. Just as a fun Easter egg too for you, I'll show this. Here's another version of Kevin's head that I have. In his mouth. It's a fun display that I have. Going back, we have Tiamat. Ooh. Amulik, which has that nice blue popping out from underneath him. Neca, which I really love the color job I did with her face. Hopefully here I can show you guys. I really like her coloring. I did my best to make these as comic accurate based on the material that they were shown from. So if they're from the comics, I try to make them comic accurate. But between those three there and those two, that makes up Dominion. And I did my own little spin on Behemoth by adding, even though it's overkill, I added a bunch of shrubbery. I really liked it, so I went ahead and I went for it. You got shrubbery. And obviously Kong is in Kingdom Kong. But we have Camazotz. Oh, Mothra. You are in the way, sweetheart. Here we have Titanus Camazotz. And like I said, I tried to keep all the major titans. No small monsters. None of that. The small monsters I have kind of just put a grinding hold on. Like, don't get me wrong, I do have the 3D model for, like, say, the Spore Mantis from Skull Island, but there's a problem with the model, so it doesn't want to print up the way it needs to properly. It was how it's done. The outer layer is like this weird skin shell that's wrapped around this oval base, so it's not a solid STL model, it's hollow by default, and it when I try to print it up, the skin flakes off. It's a mess. So yeah, it's quite annoying. I gotta figure out how to get that fixed. But yeah, there is Titanus Camazotz. No, I do not have the Spirit Tiger because it is not a Titan status. And plus, also, why do I need a white tiger? It's not focus. Why do I need a white tiger with antlers on its head? I mean, maybe for fun, I might add one, and it will be in scale with this Kong, and he will be tiny. So he has up his knee. But moving on down, we have Godzilla versus Kong. So as you can see here, starting off, we got Hellhawk. Love that Hellhawk. And then, if we can focus in, there we go. Titanus Doug. And I painted all these customs myself. Ooh. This here is the bootleg Mechagodzilla. That's why I didn't have any fear of doing the paint job to it that I did. I redid it, dirtied it up, blackened it up a bit, added all the red in there, give it the shine, touched up the eyes. If we can't focus here for you. So I really wanted to give out all that detail underneath. Like I said, this is the bootleg S.H MonsterArts Mecha G. I do intend on getting the official S.H MonsterArts, but until then, that is it for the moment. And of course, we have from Playmates the Warbat or Nizuki, whatever name you prefer. And of course, got my Monsterverse poster there. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, 2 years it took to complete this. It's kind of the biggest reason, again, why I have not been making videos, and because I've been making custom figures and, you know, selling figures to you guys and trying to make a lot of these available so people can get and put them on their shelves and create what I have here, because rumor in the pipeline is if this film doesn't do good, that's coming up, if it does mediocre, this will very well be our last film for the Monsterverse. I hear we might be getting some side cartoon stuff, but other than that, you know, we're not going to get a whole lot if this film doesn't do well. I mean, I could be wrong. Eat my words, and who knows, might be adding 20 more monsters to this shelf, hopefully. I mean, that'd be awesome. But I started this endeavor because, well, I have all of this other Godzilla stuff. But what I don't have is a lot of American Monsterverse. You know, America finally got their crack at this series, and we've been kind of teased and just all around taunted with toys and items. But here you go, guys. It can be done. You can have the American Monsterverse on your shelf. I hope you guys enjoyed. But yeah, I'm just so happy that now I can officially say I have every character from comic and movie appearance on my shelf. That really matters, I should say. But check it out, guys. The American Monsterverse. Just trying to get some great images here for you. And for those of you that are wondering, that is the S.H MonsterArts Special Edition Ghidorah. I'm glad I waited. And all of these, Tiamat, Neca, Amulik, Behemoth, Methuselah, Mugajiris, Camazotz, all those are custom figures, printed and painted by me. So the only figures that are not mine is Scylla and the Muto male and female. Those belong to Photon Collectibles and of course Jungle Lord. But yeah, those 5 right there that you see, well, and of course Doug. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 if you count the cocoon there. 12. So those 12 are all done by me, and of course, wonderful Kevin. It's my ode to Kevin. Ode to Kevin. I used to have it set up to where Kevin was staring at Mecha G in interest, like, oh, what's that? I'm gonna get that down the road. But there you go, guys. America finally had a crack at the Monsterverse, and I finally got it on my shelf. It took 2 years to do it, but I did it. With a couple extra goodies. Cocoon, Muto head, Siren Jaw was a little extra, Kevin's head. So like I said, yeah guys, a lot of little extras I was able to get along the way on this crazy journey. But a 2-year goal is what got me started doing the custom figures and 3D printing in the first place, because I was so annoyed that none of these characters are making it to the shelves. I was so annoyed by it. I was waiting and nothing was happening, so kind of put my money where my mouth is and went looking. Built up my learning curve in painting. Figured out a skill I never knew I could learn, 3D printing. Started a small business. But it all started here, ladies and gentlemen. It all started here, Kaiju fans. With this crazy obsession to want to put this physically on the shelf. And now all of you guys can see for yourself. I actually know a couple people that actually have a private collection like this, but they're not going to show this off, and I don't blame them. I really don't. But because I'm in the figurine reviewing department, or at least it's been a minute since I put one up, most of my stuff has been just reaction stuff here recently. But, yeah, guys. There's another good look at that poster there for you, which I printed off the American Monsterverse little tag there to go above it. I thought that was kind of cool. But I actually have that on a shirt. So I have a t-shirt with that photo on it now, which is great. But yeah, guys, a 2-year endeavor. I'm just really trying to let you guys really enjoy this. She has some great coloring on her. Problem is my cord, I don't want it to catch one of the figures and pull them off, so... I'm also not trying to actually touch anything and bump into it. Like I said, all but the Skull Island shelf and that Mothra larvae. Everything else here is S.H MonsterArts scale. Well, I kind of feel like maybe my Methuselah might be a bit on the small side. I feel like it is. But I can print up another one. Who wants a Methuselah? Actually, it's going to be a minute before I'm taking orders because of this endeavor. But here you go, guys. I know this video is kind of long of me just going back and forth, but I figured I'd just let you guys go until your heart's content. But thank you again. Thank you all. I hope you enjoy. This is CloakingArbiter with figurine toy reviews here signing off. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a comment down below. I will respond if I see it. Sorry. But yeah, I'll also leave a link down. There's still paint on my hand. I'm painting this. I will leave links down below in the description for my Facebook group, my my Facebook group. No point leaving my YouTube channel because, well, you found it. But yeah, please like and subscribe, comment down below. I will reply back to it. But here you go, guys. This is the Monsterverse collection brought to you by the Cloaking Arbiter at Cloaking Arbiter Figurine Toy Reviews and Cloaking Arbiter Prints and Customs. So here you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Signing off. Peace.